Dividend stocks offer investors like you and me cash payments monthly, quarterly, and annually. And I love them because no matter what direction the stock moves, up or down, as long as they pay the dividend, I'm happy. Folks, in this video, I'm going to talk about the 19 blue chip stocks that offer incredibly reliable dividends. Now, if you've seen one of my videos before, thanks so much for watching me again. And hey, I really appreciate it. And if you haven't seen me before, by the way, my name is Rick Orford, author of The Financially Independent Millennial. And if you like videos about personal finance, now is a great time to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you'll never miss one of my future videos. All right, so before I begin, it's important to know that I'm not a financial advisor or licensed in any way to offer investment advice. Also, none of what I'm about to cover is a suggestion that you should buy, sell, or hold any of these stocks. But you might be wondering, what do I know about stocks? Well, I've been an investor for nearly 20 years. And in that time, I've bought and sold stocks and options, well, more than enough to be able to have a conversation about it. And today, I'm going to cover some blue chip stocks that I think offer reliable dividends. And then, if you like, you can take this information to your investment or portfolio manager and discuss a plan with them. Now, this video is brought to you by SureDividend.com. SureDividend offers a well-researched newsletter that covers over 650 income securities like dividend stocks and keeps the information up to date. Guys, they make it easy for you by doing all of the work. And because you're watching this video, you can use my coupon code to get $41 off the annual fee and get access to the newsletter free of charge for the first 7 days. Not bad, eh? By the way, all of the information, including the dividend yields of each of the stocks, can be found in the link below in the description. All right, so let's get started. Generally, blue chip stocks are those of the highest quality, and many provide dividends. Investors may be familiar with the term blue chip stock, but do you know where blue chip came from? Well, blue chips were traditionally the most valuable chips at a casino. And while investors should never associate the stock market with gambling, blue chip stocks refer to the best of the best. And for those who aren't sure what a dividend is or how it works, a dividend is cash that's paid to stockholders like you and I. The cash dividend is generally paid out of a company's net profits, and it gets deposited into your brokerage account once the dividend is declared and then paid. Think of it like collecting rent just for holding the stock. And if you think that sounds good to you, go ahead and give this video a like. I don't know about you, but I love dividends because I get paid for just owning the stock. Now, no list of blue chip stocks would be complete without Johnson & Johnson, the largest US healthcare company by market cap. Johnson & Johnson is a diversified healthcare company that generates more than $90 billion in annual sales from pharmaceuticals, medical devices, and consumer products. Johnson & Johnson has also increased its dividend for 58 consecutive years. And with over 50 consecutive years in reliable dividend increases, Johnson & Johnson is on the exclusive list of dividend kings. Dividend kings are among the best of the best. They're the companies that have increased their dividends for at least 50 years, and there's only 31 dividend kings. By the way, I've left the link in the description below for our list of dividend kings. Next on the list is Procter and Gamble, a gigantic company with a large portfolio of brands like Pampers, Tide, Bounty, Charmin, Gillette, Old Spice, Febreze, Crest, Oral-B, Olay, and so many more. The company generated $71 billion of sales in 2020. And Procter and Gamble has paid a dividend for 130 years and increased its dividend for 64 consecutive years. This is because the company is able to withstand recessions. And for 2021, Procter and Gamble expects its sales to grow by 5 to 6%. Not bad. Next on the list, we have McDonald's, the world's largest publicly traded fast food company with about 39,000 locations in 100 countries. Also, about 93% of the stores are independently owned and operated. McDonald's competitive advantage is their recognizable golden arches, their number of restaurants and real estate assets. McDonald's has also raised its dividend every year since paying its first dividend in 1976, and that makes the company a dividend aristocrat. By the way, a dividend aristocrat is a company that's raised its dividend for at least the last 25 years, and I've left a link in the description below for our list of dividend aristocrats. Number 4 on the list is Walmart, a retail giant we all know. Did you know, though, that they serve more than 230 million customers each week? Walmart is probably one of the most recession-proof businesses that investors will find because it focuses on everyday low prices. So it makes sense that consumers shop more at Walmart when times are tough. Also, in recent years, Walmart has done a tremendous job with their website, and it's now a major growth driver for Walmart as consumers take their shopping online. Walmart also just raised their dividend for the 48th consecutive year. Next on the list is Colgate Palmolive, a company that's been around for more than 200 years. It has many different categories of products, including oral care, personal care, home care, and even pet nutrition. And off of this, it generates more than $17 billion in annual sales. Colgate Palmolive is a blue chip stock because the dividend is safe and reliable. It's also recession resistant because of its demand for its products. Number 6 on the list is Hormel Foods, founded in 1891 in Minnesota. And since that time, the company has grown into a food industry giant with nearly $10 billion in annual sales. The company sells its products in 80 countries worldwide, and a few of its core brands include Skippy, Spam, Applegate, Justin's, and more than 30 others. Hormel is a dividend king, having increased its dividend for 55 consecutive years. Next on the list is Pepsico, a global food and beverage company that generates over $70 billion in annual sales. It has a diversified business model that's roughly evenly split between food and beverages. Indeed, the company's major brands include Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Frito-Lay, Gatorade, Tropicana, and Quaker. PepsiCo has 23 brands that generate at least $1 billion in annual sales. And PepsiCo has increased its dividend for over 40 years in a row. And folks, speaking of soda, Coca-Cola is next on our list. Coca-Cola is a giant global beverage company that directly competes with PepsiCo. Coca-Cola is the world's largest beverage company as it owns or licenses more than 500 unique non-alcoholic brands. Since the company was founded in 1886, Coca-Cola is found in 200 countries worldwide. And did you know that Coca-Cola serves up about 2 billion servings of beverages every single day? I think that's incredible. And of course, it produces about $36 billion in annual revenue. And they've increased their dividend for over 50 years in a row, making them a newly minted dividend king. Next on the list is 3M, a global manufacturer of popular consumer brands like Post-it and Scotch tape. In all, 3M manufactures more than 60,000 products that are used every day in homes, hospitals, office buildings, and schools around the world. 3M's Safety and Industrial Division makes tapes, abrasives, adhesives, and even supply chain management software, and manufactures personal protective gear and security products. And best of all, 3M has increased its dividend reliably for over 60 consecutive years. By the way, you might be wondering, how much do these companies actually pay? Well, folks, all of the information, including the current dividend yield of each of the stocks in this video, can be found on suredividend.com. And don't forget about the discount code that you'll find in the description below. Number 10 on the list is Kimberly Clark, a gigantic corporation that makes disposable consumer products, including paper towels, diapers, and tissues. It makes many popular brands, including Huggies, Pull-Ups, Kotex, Depend, Kleenex, Scott, Cottonelle, and Viva. And along with its fourth quarter earnings, Kimberly Clark increased its dividend for the 49th consecutive year. And you know it, one more and they're a dividend king. Next we have Realty Income, a real estate investment trust, or a REIT, which means its business model is to own real estate properties that are leased out to tenants. And some of its biggest tenants include Walmart and 7-Eleven and FedEx. Realty Income has a high-quality portfolio of over 6,500 properties that's leased to more than 600 different tenants in 50 industries. And they have a long history of consistent dividends. Even better, Realty Income pays its dividend each month rather than more the typical quarterly or semi-annual payment schedules. The company has paid 608 consecutive monthly dividends over its 52-year operating history. And it's raised its dividend 109 times since its IPO in 1994. Number 12 on the list is Clorox. And who doesn't know about Clorox? In fact, Clorox created Clorox bleach way back in 1913, almost 100 years ago. And today it's a global manufacturer of consumer and professional products that have a wide variety of uses. And the company has more than $6 billion in annual sales, and it sells products in more than 100 markets. And you might not know, but Clorox also produces food, pet products, charcoal, and a wide variety of other products. For example, some of its top brands include Clorox, Hidden Valley, Burt's Bees, Glad, and even Kingsford. Next on the list, we have Consolidated Edison. It's a major US utility that delivers electricity, natural gas, and steam to its customers in New York City and Westchester County. It has annual revenues of about $12 billion. And utility stocks are widely purchased for their stable business models and reliable dividends. And Consolidated Edison is no exception. They've increased their dividend for over 40 consecutive years. Next on the list is Nextera Energy, another utility that happens to be a dividend aristocrat. It's an electric utility that has 3 operating segments: Florida Power and Light, Nextera Energy Resources, and Gulf Power. And did you know that Nextera is the largest generator of wind and solar energy in the world? Who knew? Next on the list is at&t, a telecommunications company that provides a host of services, including wireless, cable, satellite TV, and broadband internet to over 100 million US consumers and businesses. And as you might know, at&t acquired Time Warner to give the company exposure to media content. Going forward, at&t's 5G is one of the most important growth catalysts. Now, at&t provides access to 5G to more than 35 US markets covering over 120 million people. One thing though, at&t is currently a dividend aristocrat. However, this could change as they recently announced a spin-off of their media division, and a dividend cut is expected. So stay tuned to see how this plays out. Next on the list is Altria Group, a company that manufactures tobacco products, including the Marlboro cigarette brand in the US, as well as chewing tobacco and cigars. Since there's been declining smoking rates in the US and pretty much everywhere, Altria has invested heavily in other categories for growth. For example, they own 10% of Anheuser-Busch, and they own Ste. Michelle Wines, which ranks among the top 10 producers of premium wines in the US. Also, Altria will continue to expand its own heated tobacco products, including IQOS and Marlboro Keat Sticks in 2021. And Altria is another company that has increased its dividend for over 50 years. Number 17 on the list is Lowe's, the number 2 home improvement retailer in the US, just behind Home Depot. But Lowe's has an advantage over Home Depot in one key area: its long dividend history and history of dividend increases. Lowe's has increased its dividend for over 50 years, making it a place on the Dividend Kings list. They operate nearly 2,000 home improvement and hardware stores in the US and Canada. Next on the list is Emerson Electric, a global technology and engineering company. Its two operating segments are automation solutions and commercial and residential solutions. Emerson manufactures products that minimize energy use and waste. And their commercial and residential solutions, they make products that protect food quality and safety. Emerson is a blue chip dividend stock and a dividend king, as they've raised their dividend for 64 years in a row, giving it one of the longest streaks in the entire stock market. Folks, last but not least, number 19 on the list is ADP. Automatic Data Processing is a payroll and human resource company, an outsourcing company with over 860,000 clients in more than 140 countries. The company provides payroll, benefits administration, and HR management to its clients, and ADP enjoys consistent demand from year to year, as these functions are critical for small, mid-size, and large businesses. And despite all of the job losses due to the pandemic, ADP has increased its dividend for over 40 consecutive years. Wow, folks, this has been quite the list. And these blue chip dividend stocks are among the best of the best. Guys, do you own any of the stocks that I talked about today? If so, let me know what you think about them in the comments below. In the meantime, thanks again so much for watching and subscribing, and I really hope to see you in another video. Bye.